Sound check, 1, 2.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
He knows as soon as he gives it to her, he's gonna give her his heart to her too.
And we'll have kids and get married.
That's too far.
Holy shit.
It is the 10th of November, 2023, live, recorded from the North Studio with very special guests with me today. One is named Justin Burke. How are you today, Justin?
Fabulous.
And the other is named Adam Stevens. How are you today, Adam? Now you're doing good. How are you? Yeah, I had your mic muted. So how are you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, Thanks. We're going to figure this whole board thing out one day. Yeah, so it's the end of the week, Good Friday. Did you guys have a pretty good week?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went well.
How are you doing in recovery, Justin?
Fabulous.
Okay, that's it, I guess. How are you doing in recovery today, Adam?
I'm proud of myself.
Nice.
Yeah. Been being able to test it lately, so that's nice.
Okay. Yeah. But test it, you don't mean like, hey, I'm putting alcohol in front of me and I'm just going to stare at a little shot glass.
Nope. No, life is testing me, and I am able to put my skills to work.
Nice.
Yeah.
All that learning you did.
Yeah.
And rehab. It's kind of like college. You think about it. Mm-hmm. You know, when you go to treatment centers, some do this better than others, but they kind of help you explore those feelings and those thoughts that would once lead us to drink or use.
Right. Yeah.
And if you can retain that information and kind of work on it, it gets a little easier.
Eventually it makes some sense. You know, at first it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, how am I supposed to do that? That's stupid.
Right.
You know, I remember when they would talk about when I would have an issue, they would say, well, you need coping skills. And I've done many episodes on coping skills, but I don't believe in coping skills. Like I'm supposed to just cope with it.
Right.
How can I cope with it? But you have to kind of work yourself through it sometimes. You know, like how is coloring going to help me through this? Mm-hmm. You know, like how's painting going to help me through this? And I kind of get it now because like weeding, Justin, I know you're a huge fan of weeding cricket stuff.
Love it.
Cricket vinyl, you love it. But for me, and I think you kind of agree with this, Adam, it's kind of soothing.
Yep.
Because you can just sit there, you can kind of think, you can kind of pick your way out of things. So I think if you use that and at the same time while you're processing stuff, it does help.
Yep.
But if you're just like coloring to color and then you look at the picture and it's just like someone grabbed a crayon, like a 2-year-old, and just scribbled it all down, it's probably not going to really help you as much. Right. Maybe it could, I don't know.
Yep.
But if it's working through that
Sounds
stuff.
like they have rage issues.
It would sound like that, wouldn't it?
And that would be a thing to work on.
And then they would say, well, you need to go lift weights then. You need to go for a run. Okay, you go for a run, but then you come back and you're still feeling that way because you didn't actually address the issue.
Right.
And sometimes the issues we have to address, they're not the answers we want. You know, when we start coming up in our own head, like, that's not really the one I want. Adam and I had a talk earlier, and I was telling him about some of the stuff that I find myself doing, and I don't know why, but it's things that I need to work on. For example, my relationship with Marnie. She bends over backwards. She does, that sounded kind of dirty, the next sentence I'm about to say, but she does a lot for me, you know, but she does, and she really loves me. She cares about me. She shows that all the time. Am I giving that back to her? You know, I did an episode where I thought, man, I really need to be a better husband. You know, I need to do these little things. And Justin, you were with me on Sunday when I didn't have my phone, and I was like, hey, can you text Marnie because I think she needs something from Michael's.
Right.
We were doing this art project for the art thing here it's at the Traverse City Library for people in recovery doing art. And I thought she wanted something from Michael's because I'd seen a text from her earlier and it said, hey, if you're going to Michael's, and that's all I could really read of it. So I didn't have my phone. So like, Justin, text Marnie, and you're like, hey, she wants you to pick up some cat food because your cat was crazy this morning or something.
Yeah.
And I said, man, where's my man shit? And I said,
Man,
that cat don't need no different food. That cat just needs some acceptance, you know, or whatever I was saying, you know. But the cat was crazy as hell that morning. But I'm like, no, because the food she wants me to buy is like $50 or something. And I'm like, man, it's expensive. And she just bought the other food the other day. She's like, the cat doesn't like it, and that's why he was being crazy ass. But
He'll eat it.
it's not. Yeah, that's why he'll figure it out. When he's starving, he'll eat that food.
Right.
Not a big deal. But I'm not going to get it because that cat doesn't need new food. And so I go home and she's like, oh, did you get the food? I said, no. But you got my message? Yeah. But you didn't get the food. It's something I asked you to do. No. Because that cat doesn't need new food. Blah, 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 blah. And it's not about the money. It's if we were like holding on to our last $50 or something, it'd be different. But we could afford, thanks to God, that we can afford to go out and buy some cat food. Like we can put food on our cat's table. And not that we're rich by any means, but we can at least do something like that. And she asked me to do it. Like, why couldn't I just go do it?
You're stubborn.
Is that what I don't know. But it's just little things like that, though, that if I would have asked Marnie to do something, she would have done it. A heartbeat.
Without a question.
Yeah. She wouldn't be like, oh, well, Corey, you don't need that extra thing of ice cream. Like.
But I don't know why he needs it, but I'm still going to get it for him.
Yeah. She would have.
Yeah.
So why can't I wrap my brain around it? Can you just do this for your wife?
Stubborn.
I don't know. It's something. But it's like little things like that I need to get better at. I think that will make me a better husband. And I hope she doesn't listen to this because then she can ask me all kinds of crazy shit.
Let's put this to test.
Corey, I need these panties, or can you get me these tampons? I'm like, what?
Tampon remover.
Yeah, Corey, I need this dildo from the sex shop. Wait, what?
Whoa.
Who knows? I'm just saying.
Never know.
That's what I would do. Mess with somebody. Like, hey, oh, really? Okay, well, I need all of these things. Analese and whatever.
Preparation H.
Yeah. Some Desitin. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever people use and do. Yeah. But why can't I do that? I don't know. But I need to be more self-aware because at the time I knew, I should probably go do this. But at the same time, I was like, nah, cat don't need that. Who cares? She asked you to do something, man. Like, it's not like, no, honey, I don't have any money to do that. That'd have been different, but she'd be like, sell your drone or a microphone or 3.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just little things like that I do notice. And next time, like I said, hopefully I'll be able to at least pay attention to myself and realize what I'm doing.
I laughed at you at the time.
And I said, this could be our first fight or something about, doing this and that. And I don't know. So I guess I kind of knew, but I just thought she would understand that the cat will eat the other food.
Well, we didn't enjoy drinking bottom shelf stuff, but we still did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Desperate measures call for desperate times. Cat ain't that desperate, or otherwise he'd be eating it.
Oh, you're comparing the cat eating that food to drinking bottom
Fancy food.
Yeah.
shelf stuff. Yeah, and it wasn't like it was a cheaper brand. The stuff you had was real expensive. And then I told Marnie too, it's like, well, what are you going to do? Take that back? Like, and tell them that it was no good, that you didn't enjoy it? And she's like, yeah. And she did. She took it back to Meijer. Thanks, Meijer. And they're like, well, it does say on the bag, satisfaction guaranteed. She said, my cat don't like this. And Meijer was like, okay, cool. Well, that's what it says on there. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So she bought the stuff she needed from Meijer. So, yeah, but it was just one of those things, man, where, again, I have to pay attention to what's asked of me and to what, does it really hurt me to go get that stuff for it? No.
Well, and that's the thing. Would you have even went down that train of thought, you think, if you wouldn't have went through recovery to actually look at yourself in that situation?
No.
I wouldn't have.
No, never.
I'd have just stayed mad at it and tried to make my point, and I think that's what, recovery, that's what's doing it.
Yeah. And of course, obviously I didn't make the right decision then. How I feel, like if I had to redo it, I would just go get it, to make her happy. But I didn't really know how much it meant for me to pick that up. And again, she bends over backwards for me. Again, not sexual. Well, maybe, but just saying,
It's a different podcast.
The stuff that she does for me is incredible. And here I can't even do something simple. So hopefully next time I'll be able to address that in a way that will present to her show her that I do care about her and that I do love her. Because, yeah, sure, we give each other kisses when we see each other. Like, that's cool. But how else do I really show her, And they had an opportunity right there and then just dropped it.
Yeah.
I fumbled it.
Sure did. That poor little baby kitten.
But now you
kid's
can play
fine.
that tape back.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw all these out there.
Thanks, Rehab Adam.
Mm-hmm.
You got a new nickname now.
Nice. That's my education. That's my college. We were talking about that too.
Justin said he's been to college 3 times.
Yeah.
Because your blog today, we read your blog today.
Yeah, it wasn't very grammarly.
Get.
Right.
Yeah, read his blog at 217recovery.com and comment and rate it.
Apparently, Grammarly doesn't catch everything.
Apparently not. It gets you that super edition. We'll pay for yours.
Oh, thanks.
You'll be in there all day like, I can't get this sentence done. Like, why don't you take one of them gets out of there?
That's so wrong.
And then you're just like, I'm just going to leave it. I'm like, you might want to change that maybe. And you're like, nah, I'm just going to leave it.
It's personality.
Half measures. What is that? What's that saying?
I don't know.
Something about half measures.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Half stepping.
Yeah. I just half-ass it.
It avails us nothing.
Yeah, Corey doesn't mind if I half-ass stuff.
Poured my heart into that blog. Thanks for calling it half-ass. I'm going to go home and cry later.
Well, you get out of here. No, it was. And your blog was about the things that you lost.
Right.
And one of them you said was your family. And I think more directly, your daughter.
Yeah.
And now you see your daughter every weekend. Mm-hmm. And you did get that back. And people told you, you'll get it back tenfold. And you're like, I don't think so. And now you look back at it and you're like, wow, that didn't take as long as I thought, probably, right?
No, not at all. Like a year?
Yeah, it's really not that long.
No.
But back 3 years ago, 2 years ago, you'd have been like, oh, that's never going to happen. You were held up in jail, like just all in the cell by yourself, and
For the most part.
box of Kleenexes that looks a little funny.
What?
What?
What jail were you in where you got a box of Kleenex?
Oh, you didn't get a box of Kleenex?
No.
Oh.
We were lucky to get toilet paper.
I just was watching a show one time where they had a box of Kleenex and the guy like put some lotion in it. Like he like kind of parted it a little bit. He didn't take any of the tissues out. or anything.
Fifi? He made himself a Fifi?
A PP?
No, they're called Fifis.
Oh. I was just saying that with the term I'm looking for, there's a P and then there's another P. And one of them's pocket.
Got you.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was picturing.
Yeah, Fifi. Okay.
Incarceration, they're called Fifis.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, that's where you were with your Fifi, thinking, I'll never see my daughter again. So I don't think you would have been thinking about that with your Fifi, but
No.
what did you think about?
While I was in jail? Using?
Like drugs?
Yeah.
Not your Fifi.
No.
Okay.
I didn't have one.
Oh, damn. That would have made your time go by a little faster, probably.
Stare at a bunch of dudes and
I don't know
And
what
what?
you do. I'm not saying what
tug
you
out my minnow?
do. I'm just saying it passed the time, it seems like.
No.
Wait, so you thought about using, like I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to call up Fifi Jackson and we're going to,
Whoa.
or whatever his name was or her name was, and you're going to start using again. Like, as soon as I hit the streets, I know who to call, like that kind of
Yeah.
thinking, or
Yeah.
like, so you're like setting it up to like, when I get out of here, man, that's what I'm going to do. And what changed that?
Probably the pain in my mom's eyes when I said that.
Oh, you
'Cause
told
I got,
her?
Yeah, I got back to her house. I was out for like an hour and a half. I'm like, I'm going to go get high. Called up my dealer. He was like, well, you know where I live at. I was like, you won't come pick me up? He was like, no, you can walk here if you want to get high.
So you're like, all right, Mom, see you later. I'm going to go get high.
Yeah.
And she just looked at you.
Yep. All disgusted. Like, really? And so I didn't do it. Decided to go to treatment instead.
Would you say that was a good choice?
Yeah,
Probably one of the best choices you ever made in life.
it was.
And not just the fact that you went to treatment and you learned about yourself and you learned, tools and different things, but you really got a sense of like, I can be somebody. I can be a better person. I don't have to be that old Justin that got my ass locked up. Like I can change my life.
Right.
And some people, it's hard for them to find that, man.
Right. I went to treatment, met you like 4 days later, and yeah, had a great time. Never laughed so hard in my life.
I wish I could have been there for that. That would have been fun. I want those memories in my head.
That's funny. But I'm glad that you picked up on like, hey, we can have fun and we can do things in recovery. And I've never laughed so hard in my life. Like this guy's got something, and I want that, And
Yeah.
I've heard him say that many times at AA meetings and stuff. It's like, oh, I've seen this, and I want what that guy has. I want this and that. They don't mean like physically go to their house and start taking their shit,
No.
But they mean like the inner
Happiness.
yeah.
Peace. The joy you feel.
And I didn't have really shit. Like Marnie and I just got together, moved into a place. She had a job. I had it was that COVID money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that COVID money, which was nice. Unemployment stuff. That is really what helped me with 217 recovery, allowing me to take people to and from treatment.
Yeah.
Was having that. So that was good for us, but we didn't have all the stuff that we wanted in the world, and I was going back to school to take out student loans just so we could kind of keep afloat, and it was tough, but I was still content. I was still happy with life and where I was at and where I was going. I still had plans for myself, and I'm glad you picked up on that, Justin, and that maybe it inspired you. I don't know, but
It did.
It's a really good point that, that is, I don't want to say lucky, but it is lucky that your brain said that at that time. Because a lot of people are just one track at that point, you're just getting out, you're thinking about it for however long you're in there. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a big deal to have that revelation in your own head at that time. It really is.
Right.
yeah, you got 10, 11 months where you're just thinking,
Yeah.
man, I get out of here. I'm gonna go see Fifi Jackson. I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna get high. I can't wait to see him. Then boom, the whole time you're checking out, grabbing all your crap. You're thinking, yep, a couple hours, man.
Yep. It was rough.
And to see that look in your mouth, she needs to teach me how to do that look to you. Is it like that?
No, it's not. It's a mother look. You'll never have it.
Yeah.
No.
Give me my mom's look.
Right.
No,
double.
Mom. Just kidding, Mom. Yeah, I'm not even going to hit a sound effect for that one. Can't do it.
Man,
Yeah. So do you guys have big holiday plans? Because that's another thing for people around the holidays. It's a lonely time sometimes. They get in their own head, and there's somebody right now probably not listening to this podcast, but they've already set their plan in motion for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to a concert day before Thanksgiving. Supposed to be moving that weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's about it. No dinner plans.
That's okay. What you, Adam?
Oh, man. I haven't thought that far ahead, to be honest with you. It actually, I mean, that is something I've been thinking about a lot lately, though, is, where I'm at in my recovery and everything. It's like I probably should have, I don't want to say mended things, but me and my sisters, that's really all I got, other than my dad, and stuff, for holidays it would be my sisters. My one sister has 5 boys, and
Oh, wow.
my other
Wow.
sister's got a couple kids too, but yeah, homeschools all 5 boys.
Oh, Lord. Put them on a watch list immediately.
When the last one was born, I think the oldest was 7, so she had 5 boys from 7 to baby,
That's not.
but
It's been kind of hard trying to find a 19, 20-year-old.
Yeah, hold on, Mitch. I don't think they're that old, but maybe they are. But that's insane, though. That's a lot of boys.
Right.
It's a whole baseball team almost.
it's a basketball team, starting basketball
Yeah.
team.
Wow. School's a lucky school.
They're homeschooled, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh,
No
yeah,
sports?
yeah, put them on the watch list.
But yeah, they. But that's the thing is, I got to. It's just one of those. There's no real bad feelings. Of course, there was like a little stressed, strained things before my last trip to rehab, and so. But yeah, so that's something I really kind of point out to me that I've gotta mend those because I'd love to see those boys for the holidays. Usually we were on a track where with them, it was every other year they'd go to his parents and then with us and stuff. And so it's with all my crap, it just kind of got out of like, well, we don't really need to worry about going to hang out with Adam because he's drunk, you know, or whatever. Yeah. Or I just wouldn't go. I'd be invited and I wouldn't go. So yeah, I think that would be awesome. I'd really love to. I got to do that this year. I think there'd be an opportunity to do something anyway. So that'd be cool.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to be the person that makes that first move too.
Yep. And I think that's where it's at. I know I'll get a good reception. You know.
Oh no, we don't want sober Adam around. Right. You know, then you're like, wow, you're just a bitch. You know, like never mind.
Yeah. Well, and that's the difference in my family too. With a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to go to the holidays because everyone's gonna be drunk. I really don't have to worry about that so much anymore. A lot of my family's actually in recovery, and like my sister, and they just don't have a problem with it, you know. But so yeah, so it's all good. It's all just got to kind of happen, you know, or come together. But.
Good. Did your sister or anybody like that ever say, "Oh, you can't be around my kids until you stop drinking"?
Yeah, I know. I think the more the way I was is they really didn't have to worry about it so much because I was such an isolator.
Right.
You
weren't coming around like.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to act like I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I know there was a couple times where I was there and I was basically maintaining. I don't know if they knew. It was one of those situations where you're not quite bad yet, but obviously it'll get there. So I do remember a couple holiday things where I just kind of snuck outside and righted myself and went back in. And but it never, luckily, it's another one of those, it would have. But luckily I never made a fool of myself in that way with them. But it could have happened. But like I said, I really minimized it because I wouldn't have gone unless I knew I could handle myself. Yeah. So
my sister tried that with me, where she said that, you won't be around my kids if you keep drinking. And I was like, okay, well, like I love those kids and they're my nephews, but like they never bought me alcohol.
Right.
Right. Okay, whatever, but that's how powerful alcohol is. Like that's not going to help you. Mm-hmm. Like if, hey, don't come around here if you're drunk. Okay, see you or not. Like I don't care. Like alcohol took over my brain. Like that's a kind of a cruel way to look at it, but that's the truth of it. Oh, yeah. Like if you can't do it I'm going to do it for my kids. Yeah.
Well, and that's, you guys know me and people listening don't, but that's my whole thing, and it didn't matter to me. I mean, it mattered, but it didn't stop anything. Like I knew what I was doing to my son and stuff. He was old enough to be realizing all of it and witnessing it. And, even though it broke my heart, I'm doing it while it's breaking my heart because I can't help it, yeah.
And then it just rolls and out of control, and then you're on a train, you can't stop it.
Yeah.
And now you're drinking even more. And now it's the shame, the guilt, and then the sickness sets in. So now you're trying to fight that too. Yeah. It's becoming this monster, and you're just out of control. Yeah. Until you can go to rehab or to kind of detox, or at least get some kind of help for yourself. Like I'm trying to get this help for these effing pop-ups. I'm not sure how.
Mitch been watching porn again.
Turn off all notifications. Yes. I did that like 5 times today. And the new iPhone app, don't upload that crap. The new iOS system. Oh, it's horrible. Shit just looks different. Your phone works different. Like,
what's getting you prepared for our new phones?
It's stupid. Hate it.
I should download it.
You should, but good luck. I'm telling you, if it mess your stuff up. Anyway, back to recovery stuff. the thing that you can do for your kid, if you want to be there for your kid, is to be sober. Like, if you're like, well, I want to be there for my kid. You want your kid to have a sober dad? Well, then be sober. You know, like, if you want to be there for your kid, then be sober. You know, by being sober, you can be there for your kid, and your kid can have a father or a mother. Mm-hmm. But you have to do that for yourself so that your kid can have those things. That's how I kind of look at it. Yeah. But, you know, we'll see how my family stuff goes this time, because we went down there for a birthday party. And of course, birthday party is a little different, but there's some people who, they just remind me of me. You know, they don't care about anything, and they're going to drink because they think they can drink, and they're an adult and they can drink. Okay, sure. Right. But there's also people like me who cannot have one drink. Like, if I was going to have a birthday party, let's just say, there's another situation that came up. You know, it's like birthday party for my 7 or 8 year old. I probably, well, first of all, I would have been not with anybody, and I probably wouldn't have had any kids or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if I was, I could have hold it together, because I wouldn't want the whole neighborhood knowing that I was drunk. Right. So I would hold it together and not drink at all, because having 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beers, that's not going to. Right. That's not going to do it. Some people will be like, oh, well, by drinking there, I'll show the neighborhood that I can do it. But then you have to rewind the whole situation to what I started with. You're at an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, whatever, birthday party. You have to be drinking? Right. Like, come on, bro. Yep. Like, for what? Like,
see, my brain didn't even pick up on that, because that's not how we work. You know?
Right. But some people will be like, well, no, I was drinking there to prove that I can handle it. Why were you drinking at a birthday party? You know, like, that doesn't make sense. Right. That's not normal. You have a problem, you know, but then you can't tell somebody they have a problem because they won't listen to you. Yeah. I didn't listen to anybody. Yeah. I knew I had a problem. I was shaking all the damn time.
But even when I said I had a problem, I didn't want anyone else to tell me I had a problem.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was real rude. Yeah. Oh, who they think they are. Yeah. But having someone like myself or you guys who have been through this, like, like, we're not calling the kettle black, you know, like, right. We're just saying the kettle's hot. And you're on the stove. So we're just letting you know. And it's not that you're a bad person. It's not that you're doing bad things, but you know, these things kind of came up though at that birthday party. I'm like, I just don't want to be around drunk people, you know, and there are people in the family that still have this like thing of like, well, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. And there's some that just don't even want to address it. And that's cool. That's their life. And then I get asked, well, how come you don't say something to this person or this person? I'm like, because it's not my job. Right. Yeah, but you reach out to this other person. I was like, well, that was a little different situation. You know, like this other person, I was just like, yo, I'll be around if you need any advice on some issues, you know, but that's all I can do, you know, is help them with. And of course, we know how to get people to treatment, you know, and sometimes people don't know how to go to treatment.
Yeah, that gets lost on people, because when I first started, I had no idea what to do. Like, my boss offered treatment or, you know, stuff, and I had no idea what it would even be anyway, you know. So
and that's a whole another process of like, okay, so I have to go admit to other people in this world that I'm a bad person, and that's how you feel. Like, you feel like, okay, I'm tarnished, I'm trash, I have this issue, and I don't want to go tell anybody else that. But really, in reality, you and I know it's not like that. You know, people don't think you're trash when you're going to treatment. You're not the first person to ever go. Right. And it could be outpatient even, you know, like whatever can work, because not everybody can just take the time off to go to treatment. If you don't do something about it, you will have plenty of time off, because you're not going to have a job. You're not going to have a house. It's progressive. We were talking today at the detox across the street, and one lady was like, it's so progressive how she started drinking when she was 35, a woman over there told us. And you think, oh, wow, like, she's in the clear. She made it past her evil 20s. No. She should have got her ass. She was then, you know, going out to these places with people, having these acceptable drinking times during happy hour and after work. And then she said she started hiding bottles around the house, you know, and next thing you know, she can't stop it.
And she literally said that was her first drink. Too, at
she was 35.
Wow. Going out with teachers or something.
And now it's like,
because I can kind of relate. Like, a lot of my 20s, I didn't barely drink at all. But I had already drank and all that, you know. But that does show people, though, because I started again when I was 30, and by 35, I was in rehab a couple times or whatever. You know what I mean? It's progressive, even if you're not drinking.
I don't really remember my 20s. Too busy getting whacked.
Right.
And it sucks because you kind of want to go back and remember, but
Right.
nothing you can do about it. But at least you can remember your 30s, late 30s and 40s, Justin.
That's right.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, I don't remember much of 36. 37. 36.
37.
Whoa, so old, this guy.
Oh, wait, so 37. Yeah. The end of 37 was pretty bad. But, yeah. For me.
Yeah, 36 was like, that's my eye opener. And even after that, I still drank. So don't.
Right.
We heard that song from Seether, Fine Again. They had a new acoustic album come out. And if you really listen to Fine Again, he's talking about, being in the throes of addiction. And, he goes and he'll go to rehab or he'll get fixed or he'll be sober for a minute. And then there are people tell him, oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And so he keeps going through this process of, oh, I'll be fine again, and then it goes into a part where he says that, like, the girl or whatever said she's leaving or she's done or something. It's over. That's what he said. Said it's over. And then he says it was like a sigh of relief. He felt relief again, because I remember being nagged and told, oh, you got to do this, you got to do this. And then it says in there that, you call me a liar. And how many times have we been called a liar? Like, oh, I'll never drink again. I'm never going to do it again. And then, boom, you do it again. Oh, you effing liar. You told me you were done. You told me you were never going to drink again. Mm-hmm. All that is part of addiction. And then when he felt relief, when she said it's over, that's because the nagging, like, okay, finally.
That's one part that I don't have to focus on anymore.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, I don't have to worry about somebody nagging me or doing this or disappointing anybody or lying to somebody again. Right. We weren't lying when we said we'll never do it again. We really meant it when we said it at that point.
And people don't realize how much we beat ourselves up more than they're doing anyway. And then so when you hear it from other people, you're like, no shit, but you don't want to hear it because you're already telling yourself that.
Yeah. You're already feeling like a squished bug underneath your shoe, and then hearing them say it's just squishing it in even more.
Get that
and I don't
off
know.
me.
I don't even know what would you replace liar with. It's like, I'm not a liar. I'm
storyteller.
I get fooled, or you know what I mean, or what? Because I believe it when I say it.
Yeah.
I mean, I want it as much as they want it, probably more because the way But yeah, it's not a lie. I don't know what to call it. I mean, we're deceived as much as anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a fucking trick.
Deception by addiction or
Right.
addiction, deception or something, because we think, oh, nope, I got the plan figured out this time. I know what I'm going to do. Here's my plan, and then sometimes there's some way we fall off of that, whether it be, well, I don't need to hit a meeting tonight, or I don't really need to do this or do that,
Mm-hmm.
You start slacking, and next thing you know, you're right back in it again. And
If I could give families any advice with that stuff too, it'd just be like, when you're thinking that someone's not trying, do they keep going? You know what I mean? Like, because that's really all it is. Like, if you take a few steps, are they learning? Are they learning when they mess up? If they learn something each time, it's getting better. And that's all you can really ask for. Yeah. I mean, that's all I could do is learn from my mistakes, because the mistakes were coming. You don't know what you don't know until you know it.
Yeah. And then go get your ass on probation. That usually helps,
Right? Yeah.
If you're not a big fan of jail,
Yeah.
get your ass on probation.
I got jail and probation.
Hell yeah! Look at you. You overdid it.
Yeah.
See, if you'd listened to this podcast before you went in, maybe you'd just, just a little probation is what I need. 'Cause I don't like jail.
Well, they would probably just gave me a little probation, but I didn't show back up to my sentencing court date. I was like, I don't need to go to that.
I like jail.
They'll let me know what's going on.
I'm going to move to Tennessee instead.
Get your ass.
Yeah. Shoplifting.
Oh,
Grand Rapids.
is it worth it?
No.
The fact that you had to think about it, it's like,
Well, I got my life straight.
I did get these Jordans that were pretty sweet.
no, but that's a good point though. If you
It
didn't
put me
do
on the
that,
straight path.
yeah, that's exactly what you needed.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying go to the store with your friend and be like, go in there and give me that PS5. This is going to change your life, boy.
Those are behind locked cages now.
Oh. I'm just saying somebody probably has a key somewhere.
That's why you bring your friend and just throw them into it.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's smart thinking.
What if you got caught? I'm not gonna say it until I ask you. What's the most embarrassing thing you could get caught shoplifting?
Tampons.
You think so? For you, it would be, I guess.
For a guy, yeah.
I mean, if I'm buying it for myself, it'd be like women's underwear or something, maybe.
That's where I was gonna go.
Yeah.
Like if you got caught with a bunch of Victoria's Secret panties.
So what is
Got your ass.
Oh, caught me.
in panties?
That's what you in for. I had some Victoria's Secret panties. I shoved them down my pants. And I ran out the store. And I hear a guy yell,
Got your ass.
and then he got me.
Tackled you.
Nah, I'm in here. What you in for? Beating up a guy who stole some panties from Victoria's Secret.
Oh, shit.
My wife runs that store, taking food off our table. And then he'll be like,
Ha! Got your ass 2 times because you can't drive.
I can't. I'm in here with you. And he'd be getting beat up in jail. What'd you get beat up for, man? Did you take that dude's food? Nah, man. I see. I had robbed a Victoria's Secret store. And see, that happened to be that guy's husband. Beat up some guy. It wasn't me, though, but he made sure to beat me up in here again. Just saying.
Don't steal panties.
No.
No, don't steal anything, really.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Yeah.
There's really not a way to go about it.
You're
If you
getting
need
in a
it,
bunch of trouble.
you will. And it's a bad thing. Some people are addicted to stealing.
Yeah. It's a adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Instant gratification. I didn't have to pay for that shit. I was in Dunham's buying one of my sweatsuits last week, and the guy was like, there's no security tag on that shit. I was like, that should have been free. He didn't find it amusing.
Yeah. Adam did, though. Adam thought that was funny.
The old me would have just walked out the store.
Well, I just think it's funny because I just think it's ridiculous nowadays. You know, like when I was working at Lowe's, I realized that, you can just walk out of a store and no one can do anything about it nowadays.
Yeah.
Not that I'm promoting that. I think it's fucking ridiculous, but
It is.
That's literally the way it is. You can't do anything about it.
Home Depot does the same thing.
Yeah, Walmart. Yeah. I guess Walmart's could shut down because of all their shoplifting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I doubt that. They got loss prevention. They'll tackle you. Don't believe that nonsense.
Yeah, Walmart. I've seen cops at Walmart before.
Believe me, I've been tackled at Walmart.
Yeah.
In Grand Rapids? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Home Depot and Lowe's, they have that thing where, we're not going to mess with it.
And I almost didn't work there because I was like, I wanted to work in retail. You know? I want to tackle someone trying to shoplift. That's like the fun.
Well, a lot of those people, though, is where they get them. And this makes sense, is they'll come back to the store or a different store and they'll try to sell it back to the store and be like, hey, I need to return this.
Yeah.
And that's when they got your ass.
Yeah.
Need
Sometimes,
CID. Mm-hmm. Go and return it up 3 times at the store. Here.
Yeah, and then once they get you in a database, and they're like, okay, well, this was their purchase. So, got your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of a sneaky way to do it. But, yeah, just don't steal. It's just not a soulful thing.
No.
But if you listen to this podcast, you probably don't steal anyway.
No.
If you made it this far through this episode, I'd like to congratulate you. And you won a free 217 Recovery shirt.
Just sign up on the website.
What's the website?
217recovery.com.
There you go.
/contest.
Oh, hey, there you go. And you can get the app too,
Nice.
which is from the Play Store, Google Store.
Adam's on the app now.
Google Play.
Yeah, Adam and Mitch are on the app.
About time you did
Yeah,
that.
man.
I did that about a week ago, I think.
I didn't even know when you told me that I wasn't on there. I always go to the website. I go to the app for podcasts, but whenever I check stuff, I check on the website.
Yeah, hit the team button once you get our app, which is free. You can listen to every episode of the podcast, which I don't know if it's good or bad. but haven't broken down in years. And then the latest episodes obviously are the ones going now. But
When you get in your app, Adam,
I was just talking to Mitch about it yesterday. I can't remember. We had some kind of idea about something. Oh, it was when Mitch was working on Single and TC, Sober and Single and TC or something on a Facebook group.
Okay.
He's making one. He was trying to get me to
there you
admit
go.
it. But yeah, that's what I was talking. We should make an app, a sober dating app.
oh, they don't have one of those?
I'm sure they do, but
I don't think so.
I don't
Where's
know.
my phone? My phone's in my pocket.
I feel like, I don't know.
Sober dating app.
There's got to be sober singles. What other names could there be?
Sober dating, one date. Sober dating, lucid. Clean
They
and
got-
sober love.
Sober Grid.
Hinge dating. Meat club soda. Adult hookup.
You want to know a good one?
Yeah, sure. Justin does.
I don't need it.
I don't know if it's still there, and I don't know if I have the name exactly right, but I think it is. So it's for the funeral and burial industry, and it's
Get out.
called coldmeat.com.
Oh, get out of here for real.
I think it's coldmeat.com,
Are
but
you
it's
serious?
MEET, you know.
Oh, it's a website.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't looked at it in probably 7 or 8 years. It was when I worked at the other place. But,
Subway surfers.
nice.
No, that's crazy. Like, that would be a creepy dating site.
Yeah, I mean, once you're in it, I mean, everybody's normal people. There's definitely creepy people that work in that industry, I guess. But at the end of the day, like the person that showed me was, I mean, I can't
They're
go into
probably-
too many details, but it was an attractive funeral director from around here, you know, and I mean, it's like anything else, I think, you know. I didn't try it. So, yeah.
So, would you want to date someone who's in the same line of work as you, if that's your line of work?
That'd be weird.
Well,
It
the
would
thing
be.
is, though, I mean, yeah, but it's also is weird, you know, to normal people, regular people that don't, you know. So there is some understanding there, you know what I mean?
What's your body count today?
Oh, I had to burn this one guy, big old wiener.
I didn't see. Well, I mean, I probably saw wieners at some point, but
See, how many dead people do you think you've seen in your life?
the actual body.
Mm-hmm.
Probably only like 50.
You need a therapist, bro.
Aren't most of,
Like, there's some issues going on here because that's not normal for people.
aren't
Well,
they
I
in
mean,
cardboard boxes when they get slid into the fire?
Well, yeah, but there's situations. I mean,
Are you
I mean,
taking money on the
we could
side?
get into it. I mean, there are things that you can check to. So pacemakers explode. So that's not good. They explode bad. And body fat matters. That's like not napalm, but whatever. It's fuel. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could go on, but there's just stuff to check sometimes, and they don't always come in the box already. They might come with the funeral home and need to be placed in their final.
Did you ever see like, oh, that dude's got some jewelry on, or they take that stuff off?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I mean, so metal has to be removed after the process. So, but yeah, generally, jewelry family's going to have, and if not, then some people do like certain things to be cremated with body, but
What if somebody has some gold teeth?
they melt.
Oh, dang!
sometimes.
no
But-
getting that back.
So I don't know, because the thing is, that's what I was always told, is that the gold not disintegrates. I don't know.
But you could pull a tooth out pretty easy, though, I would assume.
Well, yeah, not me. No, but that's, I mean, you see that stuff and it gets, we dispose of it in a certain way. There wasn't really any, I don't know if there was any real regulations, but we as a company did everything as nice as possible, I guess, so that families would, if you know what I mean, like you just never, I don't know. There's a lot of bad stories about crematories that people don't do things the right way. So
I'm just gonna throw it out there as not a doctor or professional of anything really, but that's not a good job to have if you're in early recovery. Just throwing it out there.
No.
So if you're thinking about maybe getting a new job and you're like, maybe I'll go down to the crematory place and see if I can get a job there. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, and we could get deep into that, but there's a history of that being sad for people.
And I hope they had the good, because like here we have pretty good insurance. Mm-hmm. And I want you guys seeing people. I want you guys talking to people. Get that stuff, because you can't be like going around recovery coaching people, telling them, "Hey, you start your therapist." Even though I do this, but
I was gonna say, do you find a therapist yet?
I do live with a therapist.
That doesn't count. You cannot use your wife.
It kind of does.
No.
And then we have a mouse now. It's named Susan. It's my old therapist. But I'm looking, whatever. but at least like we have that here. But like at the funeral home, they should guarantee you like, hey, like you got therapy set up and everything.
Yeah.
Like they should.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did, but
they didn't. And that's, and as I think about it, I mean, it is. I mean, all parts of that business, it's a thing. Obviously. And that was me. I started when I was 19, worked there for 15 years and didn't even realize the slow progression of the depression and everything, but it is. I mean, you only hear certain stories all the time, and every now and then you get a nice story from a little old lady in the cemetery, and it's nice. Mm-hmm. But I mean, so much of it is shit. Some of the stories I heard of the tragedies is just like, how does that happen? How does that happen? And but it was a recession. There wasn't shit for jobs for that whole decade. I mean,
right.
I remember at one point there was a place in Cadillac, an ice cream place in Cadillac that was hiring for one position, and 200 people applied for that job to work at an ice cream shop.
I remember that time. I sold a lot of drugs.
Right.
I couldn't find a job.
I'm sure it worked. Yeah. Back then.
That's crazy. Well, by working here, I forgot to tell you guys this excellent perk that you get. Not even for me,
What's that?
but Nolan Building Company. I don't think that's the actual name of them. But the people who rent this office to us
Oh, yeah.
is giving us pies.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. We get to go to the Grand Traverse Pie Company. Great place. They support people in recovery. Good looking out.
Love them.
Yes. Big fan.
Big fans.
They're big fans of people in recovery. So I love them even more now.
Exactly.
But they are the Jill Nolan, who, like I said, rents us this place. She's giving us those.
Sweet.
So yeah.
Was that for everybody on the team?
Mm-hmm.
Tyrone included?
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So,
He deserves a free pie.
so we got 6 employees, but I said, well, hold on, because Marty and I could share the pie. So I said, we have 5.
That was sweet of you.
Yeah. But it was sweet of them.
Right.
She's like, oh, because you rent from us, and this is what we do for people who rent from us. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And we missed the 4th of July party. I think we had something going on. But yeah, like that's really sweet that she would do that for us. So big props to her as well.
That's awesome. Next time I see her, I'll let her know.
Yeah. Like, give me that certificate.
Yeah, where's that at?
You gave them to Corey 2 weeks ago. What? Nah, but that is sweet of them. And yeah, so we get free pies and we get
Free therapy.
yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it?
That is nice.
Tell you what, you guys got it pretty good.
I'm happy. For know that.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm glad that we can hire people with disabilities.
Right.
You know?
Even though we don't get anything for it, but we're working on it.
Well, you and I, Adam, we're the ones with the real disability, and Mitch, Justin, according to the state, you don't have one anymore. So
What?
Yeah.
I know,
That's bullshit.
and it seems like you're the one with the disability.
Yeah. I'm the biggest Riri here.
get. But I know. Unfortunately, we don't get anything for that.
Right.
So whatever. Well, you guys look like you want to get out of here. So
What time is it?
3 something. Depends what clock you look at in my office.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
it's,
man,
it's about
almost 6
4:40.
o'clock, man.
it's about 6 o'clock.
Well, it's about 4:40. But no,
Yeah,
let's
it's 5:40.
let's wrap it up. Though I appreciate you guys coming to the office and willing to jump on a podcast last minute
It was a good one.
without a run
Yeah.
sheet.
Yeah.
But thanks again, guys, and have a great weekend.
Later.
Good luck in fantasy, except Justin. Bad luck for you.
I don't need it.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. We hope you come back for our next episode.